You know, of late I do a lot of testing, and I've been testing a lot in the backyard, but I thought this time, why not come out and test it in the real environment, guys? So, what does that mean? I've been out camping. I've been out camping since last Friday. Today it's Sunday. I'm going to be here for another 1 or 2 days. And I'm going to show you my camp setup. What I've got set up here, and how I've been camping in the past few days since last Friday. So it's my first camping trip for the year. Woohoo! And I tell you what, we dodged a bullet here, guys. You know how hot it's been back at home. Last Wednesday here it was 35 degrees or something close to 100% humidity. And we've had a lot of rain, so it's a bit waterlogged, but it's dried a bit now. You see how nice and green it is. A nice fairly easy drive down the highway south, 150 k's from Bundy. Actually, I'll tell you where it is. The place is called, it's Goochie Creek Escape. So it's a 600-acre cattle property. And the owners, lovely people, have been generous enough to open their property to us campers. So it's $15 a night. I think that's per adult, but it's a bargain. Just behind me here, there's a lovely creek through here. Designated different camping zones here. So you're welcome to set up camp wherever you are. You can see there's a few campers in behind me here. We had a lot of campers here, guys. The last few days we were surrounded by campers, so we kind of had a bit of a catch-up camping event and met up with some cool people travelling through. They heard about this event and came through, and I met some lovely people. There was some from way out west, and there was a guy that was parked right here. He was from Canada, guys. He was from Canada. He came all the way in Australia here just to camp here. Not exactly. He's travelling around Australia, so he's moved here. Lovely young family, awesome vehicle setup. So if you're watching this, cool. It was great to meet you. The facilities here are really good too, guys. There's a toilet and shower you can see right up the top there, but it's a bit of a walk, and the reason why is when it rains really heavy here, I mean really heavy, I think we're safe, can be all flooded. So they had a couple of big floods here just recently, because as you're aware, we've been getting a lot of rain, record-breaking rain in this area. It's crazy. But look what it's left here. Look at this lovely green. You can probably hear the cows going off. So it is a working cattle property. So there are cows around. There's cows just over there. But guys, they're no problems at all. They're absolutely fine. In fact, here's a cow just about to come running past us. Oh my gosh, listen to it. Wants to be on camera. I kid you not, guys. Look, I hope it doesn't come over here. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he's just coming running up here. Just you go, move. Did you hear it? Look. Bye. Nice to see you. That's funny. Without further ado, can you hear that? It's hilarious. Without further ado, let's go through and show you my camp, shall we? I mentioned there's some toilets up there, guys, but I don't fancy walking 500-600 meters up the top there to go to the toilet to have a shower. So guys, when you got the stuff, you might as well bring it. So I got my Drifter Stockton ensuite here, awesome size. It's something like 1.5 by 1.5 meters, plenty of room. Porta potty, top of the range, electric toilet. I kid you not, it's push button, it flushes, literally, electric toilet. And I use a bucket. I might have a fancy toilet, but my shower's pretty simple. Here's a bucket and an old kick-ass lithium battery that I've owned for years. And I'm afraid that one day I'll be out camping and turn it on, it won't work. So I might order a new spare one of these to take with me. So that's my shower setup. It's working awesome. You can see here, everything here. I cannot tell you how happy I am with this gear. It works better than I ever expected. Out camping, so relaxing. I got to camp here last Friday and it was just about to start to rain, and I had this awning out and I had my rooftop tent up within a few minutes before it started raining. And then I grabbed a chair, sat down, waited till the rain stopped and helped my neighbour next to me to set up his camp. So it's been brilliant. Most comfortable sleep, as I've always said. The Bundatop rooftop tent has been, the bed in it is more comfortable than my bed at home. Now I'm not joking guys, I'm not just saying that to promote it or anything. It is the fair dinkum truth. Fridge, successful. This thing has been so economical. More economical because, remember before I said we dodged a bullet here basically. We really did, we dodged a bullet here. And it was 35 degrees a few days ago. The day before we came here we got a cool change. So it's really nice. Guys, this is camping weather. This is what I call camping weather. I almost could have put a jacket on last night. We had two big bonfires sitting around, two big bonfires to keep warm. So it got quite cool. So it's really interesting to see the fridge consumption, how economical this thing is. Remember, it's 110 litre, okay, Dometic Coolmatic CRX 110L, which is of course 110 litre, got a 9.5 litre freezer in it, and it's not set at its coldest setting. I've got it set at at the moment it's about minus 25. It's going minus 25 in the freezer, and we've got about 4 or 5 in the fridge according to my thermometer. So the drinks are icy cold. It's wonderful. Now a few of you have commented about these. Actually, let's bring the camera up close and talk a bit more about that. Incredible Dometic Coolmatic CRX 110L. Bit of a tongue twister. Now, you see, they've got a fair bit of food in there, got some goodies in there, and I want to talk about a bit about that because on the way in here, if there's been a bit of rain around, it's suggested to have a forward drive here because the ground gets really boggy, and it was very boggy because they had quite a fair bit of rain of late. They've had 2 decent floods here, hence why the toilets are 500-600 metres away up on the hill. So what most people are doing here is actually drive up to the toilet, have their shower, go to the toilet and then drive back. I decided I could have easily taken an Hexa tub, and all I had to do then is back up to it and then just push a button, drop the rooftop tent down and then take off. But I figured we got all these people going to be camping here. It's going to be tricky to get in and out and the riggers and that. So I decided to take my full-blown, practically everything that I will ever take when I'm going camping. So this is based on remote. I've set up for really remote conditions, remote camping here. So I've got everything here. You can see I've got the Air Roaster Pro, I've got the coffee machine, I've got the ice maker. Well, you've got to be comfortable, you know I like my comfort. 110 litre upright fridge, and I've got the induction cooktop. And I also, you might have noticed before, I also have a generator. But guys, I haven't run the generator yet. I haven't need to. I've only run it for about 5 minutes this morning before everyone left, because someone wanted some information on my Victron Multi Plus, so I ran it then. So I've been able to camp here so far without running the generator, because I took all my solar panels with me. I got my Safari 250 watt solar panel, which is performing awesome, and I got the kick-ass 300 watt solar panel. So as you know, my Safari 250 watt solar panel it's a high voltage panel, very high voltage panel, the highest that you could get for a single panel. It's like 65 volts. And that thing, guys, is pumping the amps in. I wish I could show you right now. It's charging right now. But I can't tell you what it's really putting in at the moment because it's cloudy. Just before I started filming, it was fine. So when you're doing that, of course, I can't parallel or series connect them together. So I've got two MPPT solar regulators. The Kick-Ass 300 watt solar regulator is connected to my Red Arc BCDC 25. The Safari solar panel, 250 watt solar panel, folding blanket, is connected to my Victron MPPT solar regulator. So it's two solar regulators. Now when the sun was out before, I was putting in nearly 40 amps. That's 550 watts solid. Okay, total. So 550 watts total coming in. 40 amps was going in. So I had my induction cooktop here cooking lunch before, and I was slow cooking I was cooking some onions, I was cooking some Italian pork sausages, I was cooking some honey soy chicken, and that solar panel was just about keeping up with it, and I cooked them over a low, slow heat. Well, when I say low, you know the lowest setting I can set on that one is 500 watts. Doesn't mean it's going to consume 500 watts. What it means is, as I've mentioned before, if you watch some of the other videos in the past, what it means is that it is actually cycles on and off. So it's on, draws about 1000 watts, off, and on, 1000 watts, off. So I think in the end it ends up being average 500 watts. My battery was only down by 7% of what it was before I started cooking, and I would have had that induction cooktop on for probably at least half an hour. So at least half an hour it was on. And there was a nice breeze coming through here at the time. The breeze has dropped down, but there was a stiff breeze coming through. I didn't have to worry about a surround, a wind block, less stuff to carry too. So, hit. Now, on average while I'm camping here, this has been consuming well under 2 amps per hour. This fridge is consuming, on average, about 1.5 while I'm here. Last night, between the hours of midnight to about 7 o'clock this morning, this fridge was only ran for an hour and a half. So it ran about midnight, it shut off, didn't come back on till about 2 o'clock, thereabouts I think. Then it ran for about an hour and a half, and then it didn't run for 3.5 hours. As you know, I've got all this Victron gear and it's all set up to tell me all this information very accurately. And if you watch some of my latest videos, you'll see how accurate they have been with that data. And I'll have more videos in the future where I'll talk about that. So I'll try not to make this video go too long. 3.5 hours it didn't run. Ambient temperature outside was 18 degrees Celsius. So it's not like it was really cold. It was 18 degrees Celsius. Because as you know, I got the Bluetooth thermometers, the Ruby tags from Finland, accurate to within 0.1 of a degree Celsius. So I've got 4 here. I've got one ambient temperature, one internal inside the vehicle, one in the freezer, one in the fridge. And I'm using a standard Victron cabled battery temp probe on the compressor. That's recording the temperature of the compressor of my fridge. But if you've been watching my videos of late, you will know all about that. Very, very economical. Now I'm going to have more data on this when I go home. So we'll do another video on this when I go home, just on the fridge, showing some of the history, and I'll be able to show you the data on screen of the fridge consumption. This here has been a hit. I haven't really had a chance to test this out until I got here Friday, where it started raining very heavy. I was able to keep this door open all the time. I had no problems. The water just ran off. I'm really happy with this. So top notch, instant success. Just nothing I need to change on that. Just perfect. If I didn't have that there, Friday afternoon, most of Friday and probably up till about 9 o'clock at night, I would have had this back door had to close. And what am I going to do then? I've got my electronics here, I've got my fridge here, I've got my kitchen here, I've got all that. I mean, that is, you really need something like that to cover that area. So, the awning's been flawless. You know about that. This thing handles major storms. My drawers have been very popular. A lot of people have commented on the workmanship, and particularly the idea. I thought it was a brilliant idea that I came up with, how I lift this out like so to gain as much space as possible, because I had to remember I only had a about 33 centimeter width in here, so I had to gain as much of that space as possible. So I designed that so I don't lose too much space, and that was a bonus by having that lip here, where I could have these 3 trays. So I made these 3 trays, made all this myself. This has been perfect as a table. I haven't had to use an additional table. The only thing I had to use is my footrest, where I put my washing station on. As you can see there, where I'm washing the dishes. That's it. And everything else is just prepared here. So that's been wonderful. Absolutely awesome. Now if we go have a look here. Here are my solar panels. As I mentioned before, a mere total of 550 watts, the solar panel. So 300 watt 12 volt kick-ass panel. Safari 250 watt high voltage 65 volt folding solar panel blanket. Weighs about 8 kilos, folds to no more than an inch wide. Very efficient. They power up and start charging a lot earlier because of the benefits of the high voltage. Here's my setup here, the Bundatop rooftop tent. Absolutely awesome, very comfortable. I've got the ladder there just off the side. You can see some cables coming off here, just off there, running to the solar panels. I've got to get some inputs put on the vehicle. I have a look at this is the vehicle. See over here. Now guys, she's pretty rough here. When we first come here, I tried to check out another area that's got an awesome, really big creek, like a dam. It's a creek, but it's like a huge dam, just off to my right. But it was just waterlogged. And when I was trying to get there, I went up this track, and it was like a 4-wheel drive track, and the water was, oh man, it was halfway over my tyres there. My tyres are half submerged in water, and it was really rough. Go through 4-wheel drive, muddy. It was fun actually. It was a lot of fun. Have a look over there. Stephen and Annie Fuller from FJ Camping and Touring doing their videos. This is their setup, guys. So you can see they've got a hexa tarp, very similar to this couple I've got. This is a medium. I've got the medium and I've also got the large. We had a large setup right behind it. So that's Stephen and Annie's fully setup. Now I'll show you. Stephen's got a new solar panel here, guys, from Enerdrive, and it's been working really well. It's a 200 watt folding solar panel, 50 watts each panel, and works quite well. But I want to show you something. Steve, you would have noticed Steve and Annie from FJ Camping Touring camp setup in some of my videos of late. They've sold their rooftop tent and they bought this one from Grazy Dog Canvas, which is Australian made, Australian canvas, all manufactured here near where I live, not too far, only about an hour up the road from where I live. These are made, and look at the workmanship on that. It's an awesome tent, awesome setup. So if you want to know more about it, go to Stephen and Annie's FJ Camping and Touring YouTube channel, and he's got quite a number of videos on that, and it's really well worthwhile checking it out. So you can see this is the medium hexa tarp, certainly big enough. That's my chair, the Nemo chair, how popular there is. These are the Drifter Stockton chairs, reclining chairs. I've got one of these. Stephen and Annie have got this awesome idea. You buy these at Big W and they're cheap. They fit perfectly on these chairs, and it's comfortable with these chairs. That makes it even more comfortable, and I think it's really pretty. So I didn't bring that chair along with me, guys. I thought I've got enough gear here already. So I brought this one along, quick to set up, doesn't take up much room, extremely comfortable. That's my setup. Now, if you've got any questions, please ask below. I'm going to do more videos like this. Now this weather is starting to cool down a bit, hopefully. Although, known from my experience in past, I'm not going to get filled this time, because generally after summer, guys, we're in autumn now. March is autumn for us. So generally after summer and the start of autumn is usually when we get our hottest days. It's our hottest time of the year. That's why there's so much rain, high humidity, combined with the high humidity, particularly in this area here where you're kind of in the ranges and so on and closer to the Sunshine Coast. Man, they've been copping a lot of rain. In fact, some of the roads in the area here are still flooded, and it hasn't rained since about 3-4 days ago, and there's some roads are still flooded. Luckily, we're only about a kilometre off the main Bruce Highway, and we're located near Tyro. So if you have a look on the map, there's a little town called Tyro between Maryborough and Gympie, along the coast just north of Brisbane in Queensland. You see a little town called Tyro. So we're right near Tyro, and Tyro is a kind of unique little town. It's got a really old pub there. It's over 100 years old, and everything inside that pub is as it was, all the furniture, everything 100 years ago. So it's like walking back into time. The Tyro butcher, awesome butcher there. Really good quality meat, because this is a cattle property, this is a cattle area. So they got access to some of the most prime meat in this area. So a lot of people stop by at Tyro on the way through and to get some meat at the butchers. Their roasts are awesome. The sausages are not too bad as well. If you get a chance, come down here. Goochie Creek Escape. It's a very big, as I mentioned before, it's a 600-acre property. Of course, you don't have free reign to drive anywhere that you want on this 600-acre property. You've got these series of camping zones, which are quite huge. We're in one camping zone. The next camping zone's further up that way. People camping, and I can't even see them. And the next camping zone's way up here, and I can just barely see them through the trees. So, particularly if you come through the week, you can find a spot that's quite quiet. Weekends, understandably, a bit more popular, but not as crowded as some of those campsites that you get near Sunshine Coast, just inland, like Bluff Creek and so on. As wonderful they are, get quite busy on the weekend because they're so close to the sunny coast. This one's a little bit more of a drive up, okay? So it's a bit more in the middle of nowhere, shall I say, but that's a huge advantage because there's less people in general. Apart from long weekends, school holidays, etc., this place is already booked out for the Easter coming out, and I believe it's already booked out for some other holiday that's coming on after that. Now, when it gets really busy, long weekends and places like that, they actually bring entertainment here. They've got a stage over there. If you look to watch the video earlier on, you'll see there's a stage. There's this box thing there that looks like one of those shipping crates, which I think it is, but it's got all these doors that fold down, and they'll have a band here, so they'll supply that for you. They'll have live band here, right out there, away from all the campers. Just grab a chair, walk over, nice green grass, nice flat area, very soft grass. It's very nice and soft to sit on. There's a creek right behind me here, can't see it, but there's a nice creek in here. Up there, there's an awesome creek up there, nice big area, which I would have loved to try to get in, but it was too wet at the time. The ground was very sloshy. We were lucky to even get to this spot here. Beautiful, prime area, just up there. Another bonus, they got platypus in here. I've heard there is some platypus in here and they have been viewed, so by many people. So if you're very patient, but that's more up that way where the creek is a lot bigger and wider. And you can go swim in there. It's a good spot to bring your little canoes and so on. So guys, this video's gone longer than I expected, but they usually do. And I think you'll find this one is fairly entertaining. I hope so. And plus, the big bonus, we're actually out camping for a change instead of sitting up in the backyard. And I cannot tell you how happy I am. And boy, have we dodged a bullet. Last Wednesday, 35 degrees it was here. Crazy, crazy. Back home was 33 degrees and close to 100% humidity. And then Thursday, the temperature dropped. We got here Friday, the temperature dropped. And the temperature dropping further each day we come. A little bit warm now. It's probably a little bit warmer than yesterday. But we got this nice cool breeze coming through and it feels great. So I expect tonight I'm probably going to put a jacket on. It's been getting cooler here at night. So guys, before this goes too long, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching all the way right through the end. If you got any questions on anything that you see here or any future videos that you might want to see, just let me know. And I will make the best to film them for you. And as well, guys, very important, be kind to everyone, look after yourself, go camping, have a good time, and don't leave any rubbish anywhere. Take all the rubbish with you, and till next time, cheers.